Your future son isn't even born yet, but you're already in the clinic. Swiping on a tablet, you choose his eye color, intelligence level, even his tendency toward aggression. Like Instagram filters, depth of gaze, on, prone to depression, off. Genetically stable smile, ready. And then the doctor asks, would you like to remove the tendency for self-reflection? It's often linked to anxiety, but also to empathy. And you don't know what to say, because this isn't science fiction, it's nearly our present. Gene editing isn't just about health, it's about deciding who a person should be. CRISPR technology already lets us cut and paste genes like lines of code. Colossal bioscience is reviving the woolly mammoth. And that's not Game of Thrones fantasy, it's a real lab in Texas in 2025. Cloned predators are coming back. Why? To restore the ecosystem, they say. But we all know, this is playing God, disguised as science. If we're bringing back extinct creatures, how far are we from creating new humans? From scratch. He Jiankui was born in 1984 in a rural village in China's Hunan province. He grew up in a humble farming family. His path to science began modestly but with great determination. He studied at the Southern University of Science and Technology, SUS Tech, in Shenzhen, earned a PhD in the US at Rice University, and did postdoctoral research at Stanford. There, he got closely acquainted with Crispr/Cas9, a revolutionary tool for gene editing. When he returned to China, everything aligned. A new, barely regulated technology, an ambitious scientific system hungry to become world first, and his personal drive to make history. His official motivation? To help people. Specifically, he wanted to protect children from HIV by editing the CCR5 gene, which plays a role in how the virus enters cells. The father was HIV positive, and he claimed he wanted to free his children from the fate that millions had suffered. But there was more beneath the surface. He wanted to make a breakthrough that would echo across the world. He wanted to be the first to create a genetically modified human, and he did. In secret, without proper ethical oversight, without fully informed consent, and without long-term safety checks. He edited embryos, and as a result, 2 girls were born, Lulu and Nana. Their CCR5 gene was modified to make them resistant to HIV. At first glance, a hero. Who's against fighting HIV? But something feels off. This wasn't approved, this wasn't expected. This was an experiment on humans, and Lulu and Nana couldn't give consent. They were made to be first, but no one asked if they wanted that. Gene modification is not well understood yet. No one could know for sure whether such edits might cause irreversible mutations that could destroy the normal lives of these children. Officially, Lulu and Nana are reportedly doing fine, but almost no information exists. They're under state supervision in China. Neither they nor their parents have ever spoken publicly, and the names we use boikwon are pseudonyms. Their real names are unknown. Some of you might ask, what was going on in that scientist's mind? This wasn't just cold calculation. In many of his interviews and speeches, you can hear a belief that he's not a villain but a hero, that he saved lives, set a new standard, opened the era of genetic safety. But the world saw something else. A rogue experiment on children who had no say, with consequences that may only show up years or decades later. In 2019, he was sentenced in China for illegal medical practices. He received 3 years in prison and a fine. But the real punishment wasn't legal, it was moral. Most of the global scientific and ethical community withdrew their trust. Now, imagine editing a photo. You brighten it, but the shadows lose their depth. You smooth the wrinkles, but the character disappears. And what's left in the photo? Like, is anyone even real? They're preparing us for this like it's a new level of aesthetics. TikTok already feeds us filters that make us perfect. The algorithm knows exactly how to impress you. Now imagine the filter isn't digital. It's your DNA. The society of the future won't just be us and them. It will be the edited and the unedited. An elite with genetic advantages, and the rest of us, the originals. Who do you think will be writing the rules? This isn't a story about science. It's a story about power, about who decides what it means to be human. We began by fighting disease, but we'll continue by editing emotions, personalities, tendencies. What used to be a human flaw now becomes a settings option. But flaws are what shape us. Do you want to live in a world without imperfections, where every trait is chosen by a marketer or an insurance algorithm? You might believe this is all for good, but what if it's just a new form of control? What if the fight to become perfect is just a new kind of slavery? Ask yourself, when they give you the power to edit your genes, will you become a better version of yourself, or just the version they want to see? The real choice also is not what you can change, but what you choose to leave unchanged.